Welcome, everyone. This is Peter Fivefoot, and the puck drops here for another episode of the Suspended League NHL coronavirus. Obviously, same stuff that I always say in the beginning of these videos. Everybody stay strong, stay resilient. We will beat this thing, but everybody's unhappy that there is no hockey. Obviously, there is bigger things in the world than that. But we will get right into the hockey as if the suspended league was still going on. Now, a few notes. I know the league has been talking about potentially an August to October playoff and then a November off season, although that would completely misconstrue the whole league. There'd be a lot of issues there. And I get that. I don't know what they're going to do. I'm starting to just basically say to myself, you know what? If the league gets canceled, that would be terrible, but it might happen. I don't think it will happen, but I'm leaving myself out there for that horrible conclusion. So I'm letting my league doesn't want that to happen either. They want to win. They want to award the Stanley Cup, but I'm letting that dirty laundry be aired out in my mind, so I'm ready for it, and I don't completely lose all of my cool. But let's go into it. This is not today's. This is yesterday's scores. Wasn't able to make a video for today. Well, no, wasn't able to make a video yesterday for yesterday's. So we will be having this one, and then day 7, a week will come out today, later, probably right after this video airs. But let's go. Let's jump into it. So obviously the wild card teams you had a few are going to change, but let's go right in. I'll tell you right immediately, no teams clinch or get eliminated today, but teams come close. The Boston Bruins beat, and that's yesterday. The Boston Bruins beat the Anaheim Ducks 4-1 in Anaheim with the game-winning goal scored from a point shot by Torrey Krug for the Bruins. The Tampa Bay Lightning are shellacked in Vancouver, as the Canucks usually do in rematches, to tough losses to Eastern Conference teams. 7-3 Vancouver wins. Game-winning goal there is scored by Elias Pettersson. The Arizona Coyotes get thumped at home against the Vegas Golden Knights. A 5-2 win. The game-winning goal there scored by Shea Theodore, the outstanding defenseman from the Knights. The Oilers blank out the Ottawa Senators in Canada's capital with a 4-0 win. All the game-winning goal and all the scoring is started by Alex Chiasson, his second game winner in 3 nights for the Edmonton Oilers. And the New York Rangers down the Pittsburgh Penguins in overtime at the Garden. Game-winning goal there scored by guess who? Mr. Money, Mr. Game Winner, Mr. Ranger Overtime, Mika Zibanejad, right through the wickets of Matt Murray. So those are the scores for today. And let's go to the standings. We come through. The Boston Bruins are still 108 points, 74 games played, first in the Atlantic Division, first in the NHL. They are one of the 2 teams in the NHL that have clinched a playoff position. Second in the division are the Tampa Bay Lightning with 96 points, 12 points up, and 74 games played, which is incredible how good Boston is, because Tampa Bay is a really good hockey team. The Florida Panthers are in third place with 84 points and 73 games played. Fourth in the division are the Toronto Maple Leafs with 84 points, 73 points, and 73 games played due to some other tiebreakers that will be discussed later on in when we go over the Metro Division in a few seconds. The Toronto Maple Leafs are out of a wild card spot. They're currently in the outside looking out of the playoffs. Outside looking into the playoffs, excuse me. In 5th place with 73 points in 74 games played are the Canadiens. A game on hand on them with 6th place and 72 points with 73 games played are the Sabres. In 7th place, who is also eliminated, are the Ottawa Senators. Not also eliminated are the Ottawa Senators with 64 points and 73 games played. 8th place in the division are the Red Wings with 40 points and 74 games played. The Philadelphia Flyers are atop the Metropolitan Division with 95 points in 73 games played. The Capitals are right behind them with 94 points in 72 games played. The Penguins are 3 points behind them and 4 points behind the Flyers with 91 points in 72 games played. The Hurricanes have 85 points with the first wild card spot and 70 games played. And jumping the Islanders and the Maple Leafs for the last spot in the Eastern Conference so far, second wild card spot, are the New York Rangers. 85 points, 73 games played. The second wild card spot belongs to the Rangers. The New York Islanders are right behind them with 84 points and 72 games played. The Columbus Blue Jackets are in seventh spot with 83 points and 72 games played. They are in desperate need of wins and points. And the New Jersey Devils have 72 points and 73 games played. Columbus has a game in hand on every team in the Eastern Conference except Carolina. In the Central Division, the other team in the NHL that has clinched a playoff spot are the St. Louis Blues, who have 98 points and 73 games played. The Avalanche are 2 points behind them with 96 points and 73 games played. The Stars have 86 points and 72 games played. The Wild lock at 83 points in the first wildcard spot and 73 games played. First wildcard spot. The Jets are out of the playoffs currently with 80 points and 73 games played. Also right behind them are the Predators with 80 points and 72 games played. And seventh in the Central are the Chicago Blackhawks with 73 points and 73 games played. First in the Pacific are the Vegas Golden Knights with 90 points and 74 games played. Second in the Pacific Division with the least amount of games left to play in the NHL regular season are the Edmonton Oilers with 89 points, 1 point behind 75 games played, but the Knights have a game in hand over Edmonton. And with 2 games in hand over the Oilers and 1 game in hand over Vegas, in third place are the Calgary Flames with 84 points and 73 games played. And clocking in at the second wild card position are the Vancouver Canucks with 82 points and 72 games played as the second wild card, as was said. The Arizona Coyotes lock at 74 games played and 77 points. The Anaheim Ducks look at sixth place with 69 points and 74 games played. The LA Kings have played 72 games and have 66 points, the least amount of games played in the Western Conference, but tied with the Dallas Stars for the least amount of games to play. Most amount of games to play, least amount of games played in the Western Conference, 66 points for the Kings. And with 65 points, the San Jose Sharks also have played 73 games. The Sharks are not out of the playoffs just yet, but they're very close to being so. So those are the games and standings played yesterday for the game 6 for weeks or day 6. And now we'll look at the games tonight. That will be obviously gone over in the next video very soon. The Calgary Flames head over to Newark to play the Devils. The Boston Bruins go to Los Angeles to play the Kings. The Minnesota Wild in a home-and-home with the third game of the regular season against their division rival Chicago Blackhawks. The Washington Capitals head to Columbus for a previous playoff battle and a big regular season game in Ohio against a Blue Jacket team that is utmost pressure to win. The Montreal Canadiens head over to San Jose to play the Sharks. The Buffalo Sabres take on Florida in Sunrise in a huge divisional matchup there. Sorry for that. The Islanders play the Maple Leafs. Tavares home against his former team. The St. Louis Blues head to Carolina, and the Colorado Avalanche are headed to Nashville to take on the Predators. We'll go on that in day 7 coming up soon of this series. If you guys enjoyed this, I certainly enjoyed making it. This is, again, Peter Fivefoot, and the puck drops here on the suspended season series. Stay safe, everybody, and happy hockey.